this Telegraph article, I mean, it's very, very interesting. It says that new parishes are planned all across the Western world because people, well, there's a tsunami of male worshippers who particularly like the discipline, and there's a keeping fit and sort of masculine element to it. Can you just explain and enlighten me about what's going on?
Well, I don't think the keeping fit and masculine part, it's not really in the Bible. That part, it just seems to be things that people are deciding to do, and I think it's just basically a methodology for self-improvement. That's what it seems to be. Basically, for a while, young men have been struggling for a long time now. Basically, a lot of them have checked out of society, and we feel that society doesn't really care about us anymore. So a lot of people are basically finding a place in Christ, but they're also wanting to improve themselves, not just mentally and spiritually, but physically as well. So it's sort of a thing that kind of conjoined onto the community where men are wanting to get fitter, get healthier. I've actually lost about 40 pounds like in the last year alone.
Oh, wow.
I've actually lost a lot of weight, yeah.
What's that, about three stone or something?
Oh yeah, if you look at old photos of me, especially on my channel, I used to be a big fat boy as well, yeah. But yeah, it's mostly because in regards to the Orthodox Church as well, people do enjoy the doctrine. People do see it as the more legitimate of the churches. And a lot of people kind of feel like the other churches have kind of been co-opted.
I was going to say then, so why can't, I mean, what's wrong with, say, Justin Welby? I know he's gone now, but why isn't Justin Welby and the like providing that kind of inspiration?
I don't know who that is, I'm afraid.
The Archbishop of Canterbury. He's called probably the wokest Archbishop ever. Bangs on about BLM and multiculturalism and so on. He does everything but promote Christianity half the time.
Yeah, well, that'll be the reason why. I mean, if nobody's actually... I mean, the church is supposed to be about Christ and the Lord. If you're banging on about anything else, then that's not what you're about. It was basically... If that is what he was doing, then he was just basically using his position of power to push the overall message, which is destroying society, to be perfectly honest. Whereas, Christianity is supposed to be about improving society and creating one that's a lot better for everybody to live in. And if he was doing the opposite of that, then he shouldn't be in that position at all.
Why do you think so many young men feel lost these days? And I say young men, including men who I guess maybe are middle-aged, aren't so young, maybe up to 30s, 40s, maybe in 50s. What is going on with men these days?
Society doesn't care about us anymore at all. They don't care. Like, if you want to have a little bit of national pride, or you want to improve yourself, or you want to go out, I want to find a wife, and I want her to be a stay-at-home woman, and I want to have kids and stuff like that, you're painted as a misogynist, even though that's your natural drive to look for such things. Masculinity has been called toxic, no matter what form it's in. Yeah, it's just that type of thing. Men are just feeling lost. That's what happened. Last year was an extremely bad year for me, and that's why I started drifting towards the church. Because I had friends of mine and stuff like that were, inviting me down, telling me to come down and everything. And it's helped me massively mentally. It's helped me in a huge way. And a lot of men are mentally struggling. So which is why, inevitably a lot of them are finding themselves going to church. Yeah, and it's no secret, of course, suicide is the biggest killer of men under, is it 40 or 50? And it's no surprise. I do tend to find as a young man, I'm in my mid-30s now, as you get older, your friendship group, for one reason or another, gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And suddenly, I've seen it with my own friends, suddenly you've maybe got one or two people to lean on, if you're lucky. And I've seen also articles, there's this narrative, a lot from the liberal left, who say things such as, right-wingers or the far right. If you're working out a lot, if your man or your boyfriend or your brother's working out a lot, watch that because he might just be far right. Sorry, I don't want to die before I'm 50. It must be far right.
And just lastly, tell me, what have you found then from Orthodox Christianity? What have you found from Jesus and your relationship with Jesus?
I found it's an extremely good community. I've found that I've been to a lot of different churches before, and I've noticed that the Orthodox Church doesn't expect anything back. All they care about is Christ. That's all they care about, and that's what they love, and that's what they enjoy. They don't expect anything from you except worship. That's one part that I really like, and it is a good community. Everybody watches out for each other. Everyone, lifts each other up and tries to take care of each other, and that's one thing that I've found, massively helpful towards myself. And also, since I've started drifting towards the church as well, I've found it helped me massively mentally, and it is a comfort.